Welcome back to my channel, Adventures in America. If you're new to my channel, my name is Jocelyn, and for today's topic, I'm going to provide you the latest update at the US Embassy in Manila. If you haven't checked the website of the US Embassy, you will notice that there is a new dashboard or a completely redesigned website. So I'm gonna help you to navigate and explore your options or help you find the information that you need. Here we are at the new redesigned website or dashboard, and the menu has been located at the right hand side. Previously it's on the left side, and there is now emphasis on emergency assistance and alerts for US citizens. So the main reason the embassy is in the Philippines is to provide assistance to US citizens. US visas are only secondary, so they now change the priority regarding navigation of the menu. Let's check the dashboard. Here is the visa updates. Read more. If you scroll down and look at the updates, these are the routine messages from the US Embassy in Manila, and some of them have been previously announced or some were not current. So just check on the latest information, such as the latest date it was posted. Let's see. I think they improved the font. They made it bigger so you can find the information. Just try to scroll down and familiarize yourself with all the new information that you can find here, and try to remember where to locate it, but try to focus on the visa types. Go to tourism and visit, and now instead of getting the information from the website, you will be redirected to the state.gov website, which is the official repository of all information. So I think the reason why they change it is to make it more cohesive and avoid redundancy. Instead of looking at the different government websites, it will just redirect you to the travel.state.gov website. So you can just check in here or go direct here instead of going back to the US Embassy website. These are the changes that I've noticed from the completely redesigned website. When you click on an information, for example, visa, you will be redirected to the official government website of the Department of State, and it will show you all the information that you needed. Previously, from the old website, you will just show all this information, but now you will be redirected to another government website to provide you the information. So I think what they're trying to do is to send you to the official or central repository of all information regarding immigration and visas, and that is the Department of State. There are so many things that we are going to discuss today, but first I'm going to provide the latest update regarding the K1 visa processing, and then we are going to move on to the immigrant visa and also other non-immigrant visa, and last will be the tourist visa or B1, B2 visa. So I'm going to provide all this information. I hope that you will tune in until the end of this video. So let's get started. For K1 visa, so these are petition I-29F for those who have a fiancé in the Philippines. Here is the latest update. Let's check the USCIS regarding the processing times. Let's go to the form type I-129F, petition for alien fiancé, and let's check California Service Center and get the processing time. The receipt date is now March 13, 2021, and the estimated time for processing is 10 to 13 months. For the K1 visa, for petition I-129F fiancé, here's the update. Most K-visa cases being scheduled were documentarily complete in July of 2021. Let's move on to the immigrant visa or IR petitions. These are petitions for immediate relatives. Here's the latest update. The embassy is processing immigrant visas across all categories. However, with significant backlogs, wait times for interviews are lengthy for all but immediate relatives, IR1 through IR5. So let's see the latest information. All of these updates are posted at the U.S. Embassy in Manila website. For IR petitions or immediate relative petitions, IR1, IR2, IR3, IR4, and IR5. Most IR visa cases being scheduled for interview were documentarily complete at the National Visa Center in December of 2020. Here's the USCIS processing times for petition for alien relative or immediate relative petitions, I-130 at the California Service Center. Let's get the processing time. Please take note of the receipt date. If it's before the receipt date, you can send an inquiry. For permanent resident filing for a spouse or child under 21, receipt date, October 22nd, 2019. For U.S. citizen filing for a spouse, parent, or child under 21, August 6, 2021. And for U.S. citizen filing for an unmarried son or daughter over 21, May 21, 2017. For permanent resident filing for an unmarried son or daughter over 21, September 24, 2015. And U.S. citizen filing for a married son or daughter over 21 is January 28, 2010. Okay, so if the receipt date is before these dates, you can file an inquiry and send it in this website. So there is a link in here, up here, and send your inquiry. So these are just the estimated range for processing. Let's talk about the April 2022 visa bulletins. These are the priority dates for family-sponsored visas. For F1, it's April 22nd, 2015. For F2A, it is now current. For F2B, it's October 1st of 2013. And F3, November 8, 2003. And F4, April 22nd, 2004. How do you analyze the priority date? Let's start with F2A, C, which means it is current. If a category is designated current, all applicants in the relevant category may file applications regardless of priority date. The dates showing are your application date. So applicants for visas who have a priority date earlier than the application date in the chart may assemble and submit the required documents to the Department of State's National Visa Center following receipt of notification from the National Visa Center containing detailed instructions. So you have to wait from the notice of the NVC for further instructions. Let's move on to the employment visas. Here's the latest update. Most current employment-based cases being scheduled were documentarily complete in April of 2021. Let's move on to the family preference visas. Please remember that these visas have a visa cap each year, meaning to say the visas are limited in number. Most current family preference cases were documentarily complete in July of 2020. If you are interested in knowing the different classifications of visas without interview, or what we call the interview waiver, there are several visas now available without the interview. I actually have a separate video because there are so many classifications of visas and I cannot just put them all together in this video. So I'm going to send the link below in my description regarding the no interview visas. For B1, B2 renewals, these are for tourist visas, B1, B2. And this is not for first-time applicants. If you are renewing, there is an interview waiver available until further notice. Expiration must be within 48 months as announced on December 2021 by the U.S. Department of State. Also, the interview waiver program, which means there is no interview if you meet the eligibility requirements. this has been expanded. So there are more categories of visas or situations where you can have a no visa interview. The first category is that if you are renewing for biometrics, fingerprints only, there is no interview. Second, for applicants ages below 14 and over 79. In addition, for F, M, and academic J visa applicants, these are for students and exchange visitors, there is no interview as well. And lastly, for seafarer airline crew visa reissuance. Let's move on to the B1, B2 or tourist visas. Here are the latest updates. For first-time tourist visa applicants, the interviews are still ongoing. However, routine visa services remain limited. What are the restrictions to changing appointments? So there are actually rules for changing your scheduled appointments. Applicants are only allowed to reschedule twice, not including the initial appointment, without penalty. If the second rescheduling attempt is canceled, an applicant will only be allowed to reschedule a new date after a waiting period of 90 days. So please remember this requirement. Please be reminded that even though non-immigrant visa fees are valid for 1 calendar year, options to schedule an appointment are limited. Please remember that the U.S. Embassy in Manila schedules hundreds of thousands of non-immigrant visa appointments. For first-time B1, B2 applicants, the available slots are now in 2023. Here are the supporting documents to schedule a non-immigrant interview. For example, for tourist visa applicants, first, a passport valid for travel to the U.S. with a validity date at least 6 months beyond your intended period of stay in the U.S. Second, your visa application or MRV fee payment receipt. No receipt, no interview. Also, your DS-160 confirmation page. Your email address will also be needed. If there are other documents required, please submit it based on visa class. If you are trying to get expedited appointments, you can also request it for emergency travel. Please take note that you must first book a regular appointment before requesting an expedited appointment. For all of you who have a pending interview coming up, you need to show up during your interview and follow all the instructions. For all of you who are waiting for their petitions to be approved, or if you are waiting for your interview either for any categories of immigrant or non-immigrant visas, please follow all the instructions if you receive a notice from the NVC or National Visa Center or the U.S. Embassy. The U.S. is really strict when it comes to following instructions. So if you failed to follow the instructions, your processing will be delayed or it could be denied. If you have any other questions or comments, please post them down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you guys for supporting my channel. I hope everyone is staying safe and have a great day.